Sergeant at Arms, please escort our next contestant in.
Yes, ma'am.
Contestant number 2, Angi Anderson. Angi Anderson, contestant number 2.
Steve, thank you for sharing such a personal and humorous speech with us today. And it's very timely advice for this fast-paced world. I really enjoyed your message. Pause. I certainly don't do it enough. Your opening was fabulous. You came up here and you just stood. Anyone who wasn't looking at you was looking at you by the time you finished your pause. And that was a really clever and quiet way to get our attention. You had some hand gestures that I really enjoyed that added to your speech. In addition to general hand gestures, you also had a nice wrist one when you were, I guess it was this wrist, when you were talking about your wrist. And I thought that really brought your point home. I loved your use of humor because you took something that was a deeply personal issue. And very personal speeches can become uncomfortable for the audience. And for you, as you bare your soul to us, you used humor to break the tension and lead us to your next point. I thought that was very effective. Some examples that I really enjoyed when you talked about your pain meds and evaluating not your role in life, but your effective pain medications. When you talked about your client cutting your meat, it was unexpected and funny. When you spoke about the difficulties of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which quite honestly I had never considered. And I really enjoyed the Terminator example. That made me laugh. A few things to improve. You repeated "to cut a long story short." And I think that might be one of your crutch words or phrases. And if you, when you were practicing your speech, if you could pay attention for that phrase and cut it out, to cut a long story short, out of your speech, that may improve the effectiveness of your speech. Also in the beginning, when you asked us a question and you made some statements, the inflection of your voice, you have a nice wry tone of voice. And when you're making a statement, sometimes you make it go up at the end. So it's almost like we're not sure if you're asking a question or giving us a statement. But at the beginning, you were definitely asking us questions and giving us statements when you talked about reflecting and pausing, instructing us what to do and how to pause. Make sure that the inflection of your voice matches the intent of your sentence. My favorite part of your speech was the message and the very personal delivery that you brought to it. You used great humor to bring us in, to break the tension, and I really enjoyed your speech. Thank you.